Nayaswami Padma, and I'm here today to present you the noontime inspiration on the original teachings of Paramhansa Yogananda. In my case, I'm using Swami Kriyananda's autobiography, The New Path, especially the chapters where after he has met Yogananda and is living in Yogananda's ashram. Today's quotation, I'm going to read to you briefly. Before I do, I want to apologize in advance for any background noise. Apparently, there's a tall tree, the branches of which are reaching over into a neighbor's property, and they've asked it to be limbed. And so there's the loud buzzing noise of the machinery every now and then. Hopefully they break for lunch now. Living for God, Yogananda said, is martyrdom. Martyrdom of the ego, martyrdom of self-will and selfishness, martyrdom of all that worldliness clings to so desperately. But the true devotee comes in time to see that this isn't martyrdom at all, since its end is joyous freedom in the only true self. We are sons of the infinite. Anything that binds us to a limited existence desecrates this divine image within us. Renunciation is no abject self-deprivation, but a glorious affirmation of the universe of joy that is our birthright. As St. John of the Cross put it, in order to arrive at pleasure in everything, desire pleasure in nothing. In order to arrive at possessing everything, desire to possess nothing. In order to arrive at being everything, desire to be nothing. In order to arrive at the knowledge of everything, desire to know nothing. I was reflecting on these words and realizing that essentially in our meditation practice, we are doing exactly that. We're letting the thoughts in our billions of thoughts in our brain take a rest. We're letting the billions of attachments and feelings in our heart take a rest. And we concentrate not on nothing, but on one thing, the divine within us. And in concentrating on that one thing, everything else becomes nothing. You see, that one thing is the essence of our soul. And that's what this reading is referring to, that when we concentrate, attune ourselves to the divine essence that resides within each and every one of us. In fact, it resides within each and every atom in creation. Until we're able to do that, or when we're able to do that, even if just for a moment, we realize that everything else is nothing. And so it's such a beautiful poem that he illustrates that with from St. John of the Cross, that You know, it's interesting because he talks about desiring nothing, striving to be nothing, meaning the essence of who we really are. That's our essential striving. And it's interesting because in a world's context, we understand the principle that if we want to be loved, we first have to love. It comes from within us, and we need to first emanate that love in order for it to magnetize naturally love to ourselves. And the same is true with kindness and goodness and the ability to concentrate, and any of these things, they start in here, and they start with that state of oneness, not nothingness, but oneness. And if we attune ourselves to that state, then everything else simply disappears. It does not exist. There is no material reality ultimately that lasts or that in its essence exists without that essential divine nature where it all emanates from. So there's no martyrdom there at all. And we recognize that in time. And when we have that perspective, it's like they say in the teachings of Vedanta, that we recognize that everything is made of divinity, and that what is day to the worldly man is night to the yogi, and what is night to the yogi, to the worldly man, is day to the yogi. We live in that light. Joy to you, and we'll see you again tomorrow. Bye-bye now.